guys, welcome back to Cara Collecting Memories and another video today. I am going to be doing the controversial parenting tag. I've never done this before. I haven't even properly looked at the questions, so this is going to be very raw and it's going to be very honest. I just want to firstly put it out there that these are my beliefs, these are, you know, my thoughts and my opinions. So, you know, of course there's going to be people that aren't going to agree with me, and that's totally fine. Yeah, let's leave those negative comments to yourself. Let's just all respect each other. We're all individuals out there, and I think we should celebrate it and not put each other down. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there before we even start with the questions, because I know they're going to be touching on subjects that are quite touchy and easily offend people. So just, you know, let's all be kind, and yes, in saying that, let's just get on with the questions. Okay, so I'm gonna apologize in advance because I've got the questions on my phone, so I may be looking down. So yes, let's try and work through these because I tend to blabber a lot. First question. So first question is pro-life or pro-choice? Wow, they start off with a hard and difficult one. I am very pro-choice. I feel that every woman has a choice on what happens with their body, and there are a lot of circumstances where it is just not the fact that someone didn't act responsibly and use birth control and fall pregnant and now they're asking for the easy way out. There are so many circumstances that do not fall in that category, such as rape, you know, domestic violence. There are so many circumstances, and you know, sometimes accidents happen and people are not in positions to bring a child into the world and care for them the way they can. And I'm very much pro-choice. I mean, of course, I'd always try and advocate adoption if that is an option, but a lot of the times it's not. And I feel like, you know, it's our bodies and we are carrying this child, and if the woman or the person feels that they cannot provide this baby with the life that they deserve, I'm very pro-choice. It is a very difficult subject and it is very hard. Of course, people should be using birth control and taking precautions and doing all that anyway, but I do completely understand that there are situations where accidents happen, or that is not an option, or that choice has been taken away from someone. So I'm very much pro-choice. Second question, baby wearing. I'm all for baby wearing. I love baby wearing, although I think it also depends on your child if they like baby wearing, because I know with Jackson, my eldest son, he is 7, and I also have a little girl, Lucy, who is almost 2, if you were new to my channel. Jackson hated baby wearing. I wanted to wear him so badly and he hated it. So, you know, he hated it. Lucy, on the other hand, loved it, and I wore her all the time. I don't see the harm in it. I don't understand why people would be against it. I mean, you're just being close with your child, and if people want to do it all day long, well, then all the power to them. And if babies don't like it, or the mother doesn't like it, they've got a week back, or they just don't want to be slugging around a baby, all to them. I don't really understand the controversy between that. I could be hiding under a rock and have no idea, but I didn't realize that that was a controversial thing. So people legit are against baby wearing. That just seems really bizarre to me. But yes, I'm completely for baby wearing. I think that bond, that closeness that you have with your child when you do it is awesome. But it also makes not a huge difference if you don't wear your baby. I mean, I didn't wear your baby. That just sounds weird. You know, if you don't baby wear, that doesn't mean you're not going to have a connection with your baby either. I mean, Jackson, I wanted to, but he didn't, and I certainly have a beautiful relationship and connection with him. So, but I'm certainly not against it, but it does depend on the baby. Question 3, circumcision. Now, I actually have a pretty strong opinion about this one, so all the haters, brace yourself. I used to work for a urologist who actually specializes in these type of things. If you don't know what a urologist are, they're a specialist doctor that deals with urinary tracts, bladders, urethras, all the waterworks for men and women. So I worked for a urologist for 7 years, so quite a long time. I do have a little bit of knowledge on this. I don't believe in circumcision. Let's get it down there. I don't believe in it. Understand people getting circumcisions for religious beliefs. I don't understand people getting circumcisions for A, cleanliness, and B, just so they can look like their dad. I know people do that. If their dad was circumcised and they want their little boy to look like their dad. I don't see the necessity in that, and I don't believe that that right should be taken away from a baby. For one, it is being scientifically proven that it makes absolutely no difference whether your boy is circumcised or not, that it's cleaner to be circumcised than not circumcised. It legitimately makes no difference. I mean, if they're cleaning themselves correctly and properly and they taught from a young age, then that is going to make no difference. Second of all, it is scientifically proven that it makes no difference if your baby boy is circumcised or not, whether they have a higher or lesser risk of contracting STIs or STDs. I don't know what I'm pretty sure they call them STIs, sexually transmitted infections or diseases. There's no scientific proof that if you were circumcised, you're less of a risk at catching anything during sexual intercourse. That's not true. So those two are eliminated as kind of reasons why you should get your little boy circumcised. And thirdly, who cares if their penis doesn't look like their father's? Like, who cares? And to be honest, I've been with guys who have been circumcised and who haven't been circumcised, and to me it makes absolutely no difference. They look slightly different, but come on, like, it works the same. Like, let's get real, girls. Does it really matter if it's got a cover or not? Like, come on, penis is a penis. Yes, I'm throwing the word out there. So I don't really feel that there's any medical reason why you should get your boy circumcised. Of course, if there is a problem like their foreskin is not retracting back properly, or they are getting issues like splitting of the skin and stuff, and it's medically required, then yes, he should be circumcised. But that's something that's not going to happen until they are much older and they have that option and that choice. I feel like taking that choice away from a baby, I don't believe in it. That's just my opinion. Remember, guys, let's be friendly. This is just my opinion. I worked for a urologist who also had a strong opinion of not circumcising boys. He refused to do circumcisions on babies. He just flat out refused, and he's a highly ranked professional specialist who is top in his field in Australia, so you know that's got to mean something. I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to religious reasons. I'm not a religious person, so that's a little hard to understand as well, and I certainly don't know the background story of what the reason is to get a boy circumcised for religious reasons. I just don't know. I think it's a Jewish thing. I don't know though, so I can't really comment on that side of things. Also, and if you don't know, the foreskin of the penis works exceptionally well for skin grafts. So if you get burns or something happens, the best skin that's going to adapt and work as a skin graft on a male is their foreskin. So removing that foreskin when they're a baby, they don't have that option if, you know, worst comes to worst, something happens to them in the future. I just don't see the necessity of removing like a piece of a body part for no real particular reason that's actually going to benefit them. So no, I don't believe in circumcision. My boy is not circumcised, and I would never circumcise my children. Remember, guys, be nice. Question 4, adoption. I'm all pro adoption. As I said earlier with the whole pro-life thing and pro-choice, I'm all for adoption, and if you can do that. I know I don't think I could. It would just be the hardest thing ever. But again, I know people are put into situations that they are forced into, or their choice has been taken away from them, or, you know, something's happened and they cannot you know, provide for that child. I think adoption is amazing, and I think women who put up their children for adoption are extremely strong, and I'm sure they feel it every day for the rest of their lives, but they made a, you know, a decision that's going to best for the child. They chose the child before they chose themselves. Otherwise they would have just kept the baby. You know, it's a very selfless thing to do, is to put your child up for adoption. And my hat goes off to you ladies, because yeah, or families, fathers as well. Gosh, you know, it's, yeah, I'm pro adoption. You go girls. Question 5, baby piercing. This is, I'm not gonna judge. I know heaps of people who have their babies' ears pierced. My daughter's not got her ears pierced, and I'm not gonna get her ears pierced until she's old enough and that she wants it done and asks me. Again, kind of like the circumcision type thing, I don't believe in taking the right of the child away from them. I think making that call when they're a baby, I feel like they should make up their mind. I didn't get my ears pierced until I was 15, like 15. Just again, a personal choice. I'm certainly not condemning anyone who gives their child piercings or has their ears pierced and babies. I'm not condemning that, just a personal choice. I believe in it for my children. So again, just a personal choice, nothing too major. Number 6, breast milk versus formula. Okay, so I'm all for breast. I think breast milk is best, but I can totally understand that breastfeeding is so hard and it doesn't work out for every woman. I didn't breastfeed both of my children for a massive long amount of time. Going back to work it makes it virtually impossible. I tried to pump exclusively, but that is hard work. And you know, sometimes you don't produce enough milk. Sometimes it's not enough for the baby. Sometimes you don't produce any milk. There are so many medical reasons why, and you know, that breastfeeding doesn't work. And that's okay. And mothers shouldn't be shamed for not having that work out for them. So I'm pro breast, but I can understand that, you know, when something happens, that may not be an option for women. I am against women who don't try at all. Like, that don't even try. I think that's a little bit lazy. Oh my God, I can just read the comments now. I think that's a bit lazy. I think that you should be at least trying, because the breast milk is the most, God, it's like liquid gold. You should at least be trying. And if it doesn't work out and it's not for you and it's causing stress and pain and discomfort and you stop, that's okay. But I think you should at least try. I think it's, yeah, a bit rough to just write it off. And you know, even if you think it's weird and creepy and you don't even like the idea of it, just try. You might love it. I think trying is a must. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's okay. Co-sleeping. I haven't co-slept with any of my children. I've got 2. Either of my children, and they are perfect sleepers. I don't know if that's because I didn't co-sleep or not. I have no idea. And I really don't have an opinion on this. If you want to co-sleep, that's perfectly fine. If you don't, that's okay too. And I can't say that my children sleep great because I didn't co-sleep, because I know people who co-sleep with their kids and their children are great sleepers. I know parents who don't co-sleep and their children are crap sleepers. So again, I don't really have an opinion, but I don't co-sleep. I don't feel comfortable co-sleeping, and that's just a personal thing again. Okay, I'm sorry if the lighting is different or if I'm in a different position. My battery just went flat. Oh my God, and my hair's doing something weird. So yes, my battery went flat, so I apologize. Let's get back down to business. First, public schooling. I think it makes no difference. I know really smart people who went to public schools, and I know really stupid people who went to private. I think it makes no difference. I think if you just make sure you encourage your child and work with them and find what they're passionate about and make them enjoy school, I think that's where you're gonna hit a winner. So, makes no difference. Vaccinations. Oh God. They love these ones, don't they? Vaccinations. I am pro-vaccinating. Yes, I'm just pro-vaccinating. Yeah, I don't want to even start that whole argument because I know it's a very personal choice, but personally to me, I am pro-vaccinations. Yeah. With the diseases that are out there, and we have the means to prevent them, and watching little babies and children die of completely preventable diseases is really frightening. So I feel like if it's accessible to you, why not? And I know people are going to throw all of the side effects and, you know, the autism claims and all of that. But even if that is proven, which it isn't, but even if it was, that minimal chance of that happening to the even bigger chance if everyone didn't vaccinate their children and diseases like polio and really nasty ones did come back mainstream, the chances of getting those diseases is much higher. And also with everyone being vaccinated also protects the immunosuppressant people with chronic diseases who can't get vaccinations. With everyone else being vaccinated, it protects them because we're eliminating these diseases. I cannot be vaccinated for measles, mumps and rubella. My body just will not accept the vaccination, and I create no antibodies for that. So I rely on everyone else around me to be vaccinated so measles, mumps and rubella doesn't break out in my community or people around me, and then I would get it. So I rely on other people to be vaccinated to protect me from these diseases that I can't be vaccinated against. But again, a very personal subject, and that's just my opinion. Has ADHD and he was medicated as a child, and it did make a difference. It made him concentrate a bit better. It made him better at schooling, but in saying that, he also lost a lot of his personality. And to be honest, he is 17 now. He hasn't been medicated for many years. He graduated school with 3 highs and, you know, did fantastic, and that was without medication. I think a lot of these things can be dealt with in other means other than medication, like therapy and working with the child, and a lot of the time they grow out of it, or there's other natural remedies that can help. I think jumping to medication straight away, I don't agree with. I also have the opinion, I'm sure there are disorders and other situations where medication is your only option, and that's totally fine. But again, like the breastfeeding thing, I believe like if you don't give every other option a try and a go and just persevere and try and work through it in different means, I think is a bit of a cop-out just popping your kids on medication straight away without at least trying another way. That's a tricky one. I'm kind of on the fence. Cloth versus disposable nappies. I am all for both. I think hats off to you and congratulations if you do cloth nappies. I would love to put my kids through in cloth nappies. I think it's fantastic. I was in cloth nappies as a child. It's better on the environment. It's nicer on their little tushies. And yeah, it's cheaper. Like, I would love it, but in all reality, when you're working and you've got more than one child, it's just hard, and when you're going out, it's hard work. That's why I take my hats to you cloth nappy people, mothers, families, like, congratulations. I couldn't do it. I tried with Jackson and I just couldn't. So I also understand, and I would never look down on any parent who chose to put disposables on their child. Like, I wouldn't, because it's easier. And when you have multiple children and a life to lead and you are a working mum or any case, like, that's totally fine, and that's understandable. But yes, you mamas out there who put cloth nappies on your kids, you're freaking awesome. Last one, store-bought baby food versus homemade. I'm all for homemade. I'm sorry, but A, it's more expensive if you buy it, and 2, it is freaking easy to make homemade baby food. Like, buy a blender and you blend it up. Like, it literally takes, I reckon, less effort to do it than it would actually going to the shops and buying it. Like, it's better on the environment, and it's easy. Like, it's not like cloth nappies. It's super easy, and it is so much better for your child, and they will love you for it, and I believe that they will be better eaters. Shoot me now. Yes, I really believe in that. I've given both of my children homemade baby food from the word go. They are both great eaters, and I know what is in them. Like, I know exactly what is in there. There's no artificial, nothing, no additives, no stuff that makes it sit on the shelf and last 5 years. There's none of that. And I think if you don't at least try, but there shouldn't be a reason. Like, I reckon, it takes 10 minutes to steam up a whole bunch of fruit and veggie and stick it in a blender and pop it into some containers and chuck it in the freezer, and like 10 minutes every 3 days. Like, I'm sorry, but you have time for that. Come on. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this type of video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. I know this is obviously a very controversial subject, so let's all be respectful and lovely to each other. I am one though for conversation and discussion. Like, let's discuss and conversate about these topics. I think people should be talking about them more often. I'm also very pro education as well, so let's all discuss them, and I'm happy to do that. Let's just be mindful and respectful for each other, because I know a lot of these subjects are very touchy, so I thought I would just chuck that disclaimer in there again. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed it, and give it a thumbs up if you did. If you're new to my channel and you like these type of videos, go check out my other ones. I do heaps. I post at least 3 times a week, and I love interacting with you guys. So if you do, hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, I will catch you all in my next video. It was really lovely to discuss these and show my points of view on a few things, and let me know what yours are down below, respectfully. Otherwise, I'm going to see you guys in my next video, and yeah, thanks for watching.